Hi, this video is going to be on using humour in a text. Now we'll start with irony. So you may have come across dramatic irony. A good example of this is in Romeo and Juliet, when Juliet pretends to die. Romeo thinks it's real and ends up drinking the poison himself. And this is dramatic irony because we have the audience knowing what's really happening, but the characters themselves don't. And so this is one type of irony. And then we also have verbal irony. And we can see this, an example of this is where if I was to say it's a beautiful day outside, but really it was very horrible, this would be an example of verbal irony. And this kind of sounds a bit similar to sarcasm as well. Sarcasm is where you're sort of deliberately being a bit like rude. And an example of this is, that was a really funny joke. Now, when you're reading this, you don't have the extra level of saying it, of hearing someone saying it out loud, and that often is a sort of hint towards it being sarcasm. So if I was to say, that was a really funny joke, you don't really get sarcasm there. But if I was to say, ooh, that was a really funny joke, there's a bit of more sarcastic sounds being used there. But when you're reading it in a text, you just have to determine from the tone of the rest of the piece if it's sarcastic or not. And then we also have, in relation to these things, a satire, and this is when we use humour to critique something often like a political or social thing. So a good example of this is Animal Farm. It's written to critique totalitarian regimes. And then we also have the pun. Now, a pun is a play on words, and a good example of this is, I've been to the dentist many times, so I know the drill. Now, the play on the word here is drill. So I know the drill is an informal phrase where you say, I know what to do, essentially. But the drill is often used at a dentist to carry out dental procedures. So that's where the play on words is there. Thanks for listening.